something as beautiful as this be dying? A plague is ruining the land. Welcome to Biomutant. Encode your DNA. Define your genetic structure. Choose a genetic resilience. Choose your first style. Pick your main color. Choose your detail color. Pick a class. Commando, Deadeye, Sentinel, Saboteur, Psy-Freak. Commando, Deadeye, Sentinel, Deadeye. Commando, Sentinel, Saboteur, Sentinel, Saboteur, Sentinel, Deadeye, Commando, Deadeye. Commando, Psy-Freak, Saboteur, Sentinel, Sentinel, Saboteur, Sentinel, Saboteur. Saboteur chosen. Good choice. Here's somebody with a troubled past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun. We're already at a crossroads. Choosing a path in life is that fork in the road where you make a choice. But for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice. A reflection of your key, the primal energy that flows through everything.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the dark side of you. Your inner voice, to be precise. An echo of the balance and consequence of your actions as you move forward.
So glad you realize who you really are. Let's keep to the bright and better path moving on.
You can't contradict yourself like that. You made the right choice to begin with. Why would you change your mind?
Because you can't deny what's deep within your heart. Sometimes a thought is just a thought. In the end, it's the way you act that counts.
But remember, this is just the beginning of the end. Eventually, it'll be my way or...
Guess left can be right sometimes. Stories of death and the bodies left behind, a reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others. Do you remember the beast that shattered your family, or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the predator only grew stronger. Better make a run for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story. This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes. The predator isn't the only threat. Carving it up. Thank whoever left this climb stringer here. The oil sludges everywhere. For most, it only means death, but some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways. Time to see what's above. The oil sludges everywhere. For most, it only means death, but some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways. Sharp steel. Ended it. Youch! Sharp enough. Look, an emergency box from the once was. A rare sight. That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy. Whoa! It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it. The Morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. Blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. Itchy trigger finger. Got her. Fits nice. Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth... They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right, but no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. The sound of spark metal going pew-pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. There you go. The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. One. Right in the face. Might not need that now, but you will later. Now that's a flesh wound. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives. He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why. He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up. He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed. The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to remember the past. How Lupa Lupin somehow left you alive after his raid on the old village. He must have had a purpose with that. The quest... There's no doubt you're the... It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land. Asks if you are tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Mooma knows you are here. Sounds like he thinks the potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here, fueling its source of life. The Nono's key energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. He's grateful for all the help he can get. There's lots of Nono out there that need... He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Mooma comes looking for you. You did good here today.
Yeah. Toledrea ya Maulo.
He lost you.
Loma Utul e Bubuko Vunvu.
The tree started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after that that the World Eaters arrived. The genetic evolution that his friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Noko has tamed the midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast. The road... He wants you to understand that you'll all die. His friends have prepared something specific for each. Regardless. You're getting the hang of it. quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb. Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters. A sign. Let's see. Must be the World Eater that chewed off Out-of-Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. The World Eaters have made their marks on our world over time. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive.
Der gives var bare sov. Bayo, åsinder tusind af mig.
He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if...
Deleolan matfale. Bayo, åsinder tusind af mig.
He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something tells him you've stayed true.
Bayo. Åsinder tusind af mig. Hvad siger du, Wanutag?
Anyway.
Himatu, Saina, Falasore, Sayo, the Tau, Oroy.
Ah! That's a spark of light in you!
What's there to like about light? It hurts.
Not as much as it hurts to look at you. And you're always...
There's Out-of-Date again.
Kim Horba, Bekoko, Italimis, Fabo, Yamolova.
Regardless of who, the Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way.
for the water.
Out of Date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jagni's or Myriad's side.
E baso to bubu e koye.
He believes the tribe Sifus, Jagni especially, will listen to you and expects you to pay at least one of them a visit and play your part.
Falu alu hero.
In Jagni,
Loma utulu momombuso?
another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be? It's unusual that natural tunnels like this still exist. Most of them got flooded. Made it count. Personal. Slash and dash. This area was beautiful before the tribe war began. Look at it now. It's a war zone. That's the Myriad Tribe's fortress. Will they be friends or foe? You should head up there. That way you'll know. It's a beaten path to that door. If you go there, you'd better make an entrance. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. Wonders why the Sifu would want to see you, but he'll let you in and give it a... He welcomes you to the Myriad Fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu. But he was hoping you'd show up. The news of a vigilante Ronin on crusade crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 has preceded you. The wall that separates them from the other side? The wasteland you came from? He guesses the time spent there just left a blank space in your memory, as empty and barren as the wasteland itself. He's convinced there's something about... The Sifu says sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him a lot. He was one of the original Wang Fu disciples. Says there has to be some dark so that light can prove its purity above it, and promises this will happen if you help them unite the tribes, defeat the World Eaters, and save the Tree of Life. He thinks you should reconsider and follow your heart instead of your mind. Otherwise, he'll have no choice but to treat you as a rival. He offers you... And with that, he urges you to seek protection at Jagni's Stick Fort as soon as you can. He said... Goodbyes are not... Let's see. It's a bridge. Just get over it. They've restroyed this area, muddied up what used to be muck, as if it wasn't bad enough before the tribe war began. That's the Jagni tribe. Friendship can be a blessing or a curse. It's up to you. You're either a part of their solution to the tribe war or part of the problem. Let's see. Says they're wet. Doesn't know if the Sifu will have time for you, but he welcomes you to the Jagni fort and introduces himself. The news of a cold-blooded Ronin crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 preceded you. He's referring to your rampage through Bunker 101. It seems you don't mind. He understands that sometimes we need to... Sometimes one... The Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in their favor, and with you by their side, he's confident you can vanquish the other tribes. The one he wants to deal with first is the Myriad tribe. Their kin must put an end to the war before war puts an end to them. It'll cost bruises and broken bone. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen. Once you've conquered the rivals' outposts, you'll challenge their Sifu for control of their territory, tribe weapon, and kin. Your Muma taught each disciple a weapon. She never intended it for hunting. Anyway, you'll pass your old village on your way to the first rival outpost, but we've got no time to... It's always the... That's interesting. That's it. Work your way up. Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurled. Time is lost on this place. Let's see. That's an improvement. As time passes, echoes of a long-lost past like whispers in the wind. He asks how you are today. Goop says he wonders where you've been. He hopes you've been out at the lake, practicing your swimming technique. He thinks you should really know how to swim by now. Why not? He says that wasn't too bad, was it? At least you learned that you'll drown. But you need practice. Lots of practice. You just need more time in the surf. That's the only way you'll ever learn how to swim. You can... Judging by your Mooma's look, it seems you forgot something.
Andro?
You promised you'd train with her before the sun goes down. It's time to go. You know... You should know. Practice makes perfect.
Berry?
She's...